My name is Pearlynn Wang and I passed the SQE on my first attempt. I'm a Singapore qualified lawyer and I have been practicing law for about 3.5 years. I mainly practice corporate law and represent companies and investors. Plenty of the cross-border transactions that I work on include documents that are governed by different types of law, and I thought that it would be helpful for me and my clients for me to be dual qualified. The SQE is an extremely challenging and robust exam. Because I was juggling studying for the exam along with working full-time, I decided to take a preparation course provided by the QLTS school to leave it to the experts who have laid out a careful and comprehensive study plan for me to follow. Overall, I have been incredibly impressed by the large volume of material that there is out there. QLTS school is clearly experienced in providing and preparing preparation courses for many candidates. What I enjoyed the most was the incredibly useful and comprehensive mocks, as well as the suggested answers. Nothing prepares you better for the SQE than practicing and practicing again and again with the mocks provided by QLTS. The most beneficial aspect of the QLTS preparation course is hands down the mock. The mocks come along with the suggested answers. There are many experienced tutors that take time to provide considered responses to these mocks, which cover all of the important topics that are tested in the SQE syllabus. I found that practicing these mocks under timed conditions and reviewing my answers with the suggested answers provided by the tutors incredibly helpful, more helpful than reading the textbooks alone. Personally, it was quite difficult to juggle working full-time as a lawyer and also to carve out time to study for this exam. During the weekdays, I tried my best to set aside 2 hours at the end of the workday, and during the weekends, about 5 to 6 hours each weekend. In the 2 weeks leading up to the exam, I was able to take time off to fully focus on studying for the exam. I would recommend that you take as much time as you can have to study and prepare for this. The study plans provided by the QLTS typically recommend at least 3 to 4 months. Yes, my firm was incredibly supportive of my endeavors to sit for the SQE. My firm provided me with time off and additional support, and my colleagues were considerate of my study schedules. I would not have been able to pass the SQE on my first attempt without my firm's support. I was frankly quite nervous because of how challenging the mocks have been. However, I felt fairly confident, especially during the exams itself, and this is in no small part thanks to the preparation course provided by QLTS school. The mock exams and suggested answers were very helpful, and that helped me to not only gain confidence as the days of the exams passed, but also feel more confident in my abilities as a lawyer. The SQE has helped me tremendously on many different fronts. First, it has helped me become a better and more considered competent lawyer when I'm advising my clients on cross-border transactions. Second, it has also increased my confidence in my abilities as a lawyer. And third, it's also increased my attractiveness in the legal market because being dual qualified means that you can practice in more jurisdictions. Absolutely. I think a preparation course, such as the one provided by QLTS, is absolutely vital to passing the SQE, especially on your first attempt. I don't think I would have been able to do it while juggling my full-time job as a lawyer and studying for the exam without the preparation course. I would recommend that you start preparing for the assessments as soon as you can. Again, SQE is a difficult and challenging exam, so you should take as much time as you possibly can to prepare. QLTS does advise a preparation time of about 3 to 4 months, but this really depends on several different factors, such as your other commitments and also whether or not you have already been qualified in another jurisdiction, your background, and your knowledge and your understanding and experience level. There are many important skills and attributes to become an effective and modern lawyer today. The top few that I can think of are: first, attention to detail. The devil's always in the details. Second, commercial awareness or business acumen. Third, a hunger for continual learning. The law is constantly changing, and as practitioners of the law, we should also constantly refine and hone our skills to keep up to date with the law. And finally, this is potentially the most important attribute: empathy. At the end of the day, we are representing our clients, and we should have empathy for our clients.